So what's up guys? The class we did today was about structure, and I would like to do a summary of everything so that some of you that makes the class will go through it. So now if we have a structure being if we have a structure being created this way, an uptrend for example, surely we'll get a pullback. So now each and every time the market creates a pullback, the market is not supposed to break below that pullback. So if this is the market pullback, for example, the market is not supposed to go below that pullback. So after the market break to the next high, the market creates another pullback, for example, the market is not supposed to break that pullback. So what is expected of the market to create is this, a pullback to this zone, not breaking this low, then continue going up. But once the market does like this and break the previous low, which is around this point, you should know that what there is now a structure, like a change in market structure. So same thing goes for the sell narrative. If we're having series of sell and the market break the previous high, because on a sell you'll be looking at the high, but if you're on a buy, you'll be looking at the low. So if the market break the previous high, for example, you should know that what they want to be a change of character. So you wait for retracement around this zone to be created, you look for your entry to continue all the way to the top side. Now this thing I'm telling you doesn't have to do with point of interest. This class is not about point of interest. We're just talking basically on market structure. So the last market structure is the ranging zone. So for example, the ranging zone is being created this way. Every single thing I'm talking about, I'm going to show you that on live chat. We have a ranging market now, for example. If the ranging market managed to break out from any of the points, either going up or down, we hardly get a retracement. What do I mean by that? So if there's a breakout on a ranging market, we hardly get a retracement coming back to pull all the way down. Once the ranging market is being violated, either going up or down, the market will just continue seriously shooting all the way up without even giving a single retracement. But I don't trade basically on retracement. I trade basically on this thing, price action, which is just the major uptrend or the major sell trend and the breakout of the structure. So now let's go to live chat. Let me put this on 4 hours first. So on 4 hours, before we're having series of buy on gold. So this is what gold did before. This was a low, gold started buying. And buying. Now, like I said, the previous low was this zone. It did not violate it. It did not come down to break it. The previous low now on this point was this zone. The market did not come down to break it. So now the previous low at this point is this zone. The market is not supposed to violate it, but instead the market came down with full speed, and you can see I marked it out, break of structure, BOS. So the market broke it all the way to the downside. So I started looking for sales opportunity, and I took the trade from the retracement of the market, and you can see this quick trade I took here, 1 to 22 arrow from that zone all the way to the downside. I'm not disclosing point of interest on this class. This is just basically on structure. So it's same thing I said here. I said if we're having series of buy, and if this is the previous law of the market and is being violated, you should know that you should start looking for sell. So when price come around this zone, you take your sell all the way to the downside. Same thing goes for the buy structure. We're having series of sell and you want to look for a buy. Once the structure is being broken, take the market to the retracement point, you take it all the way to the buy side. Now, when we're having a class and we're done, somebody asked a question that sometimes the market can break structure and still pull back all the way and take you out. Why does it occur like that? Now, this is what the person was trying to say. So the person said, okay, if we're having buy and the market breaks structure, that sometimes the market do violate it and still continue going all the way to the top side. Now, if you have something like this and the market violates your structure, it break your lows, for example, and it still goes up like it's shooting all the way to the top side, it's because of you haven't really checked on higher time frame. Maybe this structure you are checking out on is maybe 5 minute or 50 minutes time frame. You need to use high time frame on your structure. So now, why am I saying this? If we're having a structure being created like this on 4 hours time frame, now each of this retracement that is being created, this was a retracement point, this was a retracement point, each of these retracement points, if you put it on 15 minutes time frame, what are you going to see? You're going to see stuff like this. Or 5 minute time frame, on 5 minute time frame, you feel it's selling. You understand? Like, market will be giving you a lower low and lower highs because you will feel it's selling all the way from this zone. That is on 15 minute or 5 minute time frame, because it's 4 hours time frame. Now, inside of that zone, now you can now feel that, okay, the market is selling. You want to start taking sales, and before you know it will violate you and take you out. So always make sure you are never trading against the trend. When things like this do occur, is when you are trying to trade against the trend. Maybe on a higher time frame, the market just hits a major buy zone, so you now want to take it against the trend. It's going to surely take you out. You don't trade against the trend. When you're looking at the structure, you use it. Like me, on structural look, I do use 4 hours, 1 hour, or sometimes 30 minutes. I repeat, 4 hours, 1 hour, or sometimes 30 minutes. Sometimes you can even put it on 2 hours to check it out clearly. Then for my point of interest, I do use 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or even 3 minutes. So now, just like this structure I showed you guys, this was basically on 4 hours. It's very hard for market to violate 4 hours rules. So if we go back now, why is the market buying? I'm still going to explain that, and I know why it's even buying. Look at a lot of lines because of the classes I've been having. So the market started buying around this point. Now, why is the market buying? It's still the same thing I've been explaining to you guys right now. So we're having series of sell, as you can see. So if you notice, whenever the market is creating a low, it's not supposed to break it. Like I said, it's not supposed to break the low all the way. It's not supposed to, whenever the market is on a sell trade, it's not supposed to break the high. Whenever the market is on a buy trade, it's not supposed to break the low. You understand? So this is the market trend. So our previous low was around this point. This was the previous, our previous high was around that point. So that is where the market is not supposed to violate. So what is left for the market to do is to continue the sell trade, just going this way and continue the serious drop. But instead, the market broke the structure, which is the next previous high around this point. So it's clearly stated that what the market want to start buying. So what do I do? What do I do at this zone? I waited for retracement to come to this line. This was a trade that gave me $120,000. So I waited for retracement to that point. My SL was around the middle of this candle. So you can see, so this was the trade that gave me that high amount of arrow that I took that trade from. So I took it from that point and it's buying all the way to the top side. Now, this is also a trade I'm taking. Why am I taking the trade? I'm not going to show you guys, explain to you guys I'm not going to explain to you guys my point of interest, but I'm going to tell you guys why I'm taking this trade based on structure. So, firstly, on 15-minute or 30-minute time frame, gold has been buying. You understand? Gold has been buying. So where was the previous low? This was the previous low. It hasn't been violated. This is the previous low. It hasn't been violated. This is the previous low. It hasn't been violated. This is the previous low. It hasn't been violated. It hasn't come down lower than that. So that is what market has been doing over and over again. So what did I do? I marked out this previous low zone, and I knew that will be the next point at which the market will retrace from. And when this is continuation of a trend, not breakout of a trend. So I always make sure there is a break of structure around that zone. So you could see this structure being retraced to that point, and it tapped in, and it gave me that perfect entry all the way to the top side. Now my TP is around where the market has not hit. Like overall, I just kept it up to that point. So I can even keep my TP to go all the way to this zone. It's still gonna tap it in. Yeah, because of I know that this is an uptrend movement. I'm not trading against the trend. So it is when you are trading against the trend. Example, you have something like this now on 5. This is an uptrend movement on 15-minute or 30-minute time frame. It's showing clearly. So on 5-minute time frame, you now see something like this. 5 minute time frame can behave anyhow. When you're looking at smaller time frame, you now see something like, you now say, okay, market has broken the structure just because you're looking at smaller time frame. For you know to still break out is why, because of what you are trading against the trend. So always make sure you are using the structure of the market perfectly well. You get, do not trade against the trend whenever you're trading. So this is just a summary of the class. Our next class is gonna be on Monday, and that's gonna be the class of point of interest, how I get my tight SL, how I modify my SL. I have 3 basic entry model I do use. I would love you guys to attend that class, so that class will be very long. Yeah, it's a very long class, so it's gonna take a while before we finish that class. So this is all on structure and explanations on structure.